All right, so we're going to go and do a conventional fit right now. So first step, either we have the bowler throw a couple balls just to get warmed up, or if not, all I'll do is just slightly massage the hand. Also at the same time, inspect the hand to make sure nothing's going on, make sure that there's no physical ailments such as, arthritic joints or missing limbs or fingers or whatnot. So everything here seems good. We have a healthy hand, okay? So step one, what we're gonna do is see where the bending point is on the middle finger, and we will then mark it with our pen. We will then take a steel span ruler here and we will drop 3/8 of an inch right there. And then we will mark this line going towards the thumb, because basically this is going to help us read it on the fitting tool, okay? From here, we now take our BT ball fitter. We make sure that the thumb is completely seated into the base, and then we just roll the hand right on top. I can now lean this onto my belly, make sure I seize the thumb into the device, and just lay this here on top. Okay, so we see here I've got about 2 15/16. Okay, so that's what we will write here on our full span here in Spectre. So I'm going to come down here, 2 15/16 in the middle finger. So relatively small hand here. Okay, so now that we're done here with the hand, this is the only step that we will need to mark the hand in this case. Okay, so as we saw in our constants in the curriculum, ring finger should be an 1/8 inch longer, so we just add that in right there. Okay, next up we will check the flexibility of the hand. So we keep the palm facing the floor, we grab the thumb and we pull back. So we see here with a lot of pressure, I can get to about 90 degrees of flexibility on the thumb. Okay, so now in Spectre, we will come here into flexibility and I will pick 90, and it is giving me 9/16 forward, and I can just mirror that on the fingers as well. Okay, so I'm going to go 9/16 here and 9/16 there. Okay, so now we only have one last thing to do, and that is to measure up the fingers. So what we will do here is I will just indicate to where they should go. This is going to be a nice little marking for me moving forward. Okay, so we will take one finger at a time, and what I'm looking to do here is I am not holding the person's hand, I'm holding the device and I'm pulling the finger from the back. So we see I'm going over that line, so this is way too big. Okay, so now we're going to go smaller, and we're going to push, push, push. So I can't make it to that line. This is a bit too tight. I'm going to go a little bit bigger. Okay, and I can get to that line. So this looks pretty good. Okay, so here we're going to go 41, and we know that the ring finger is usually a little bit smaller, so I'm going to go down here to 39, and we see I can pass it. So too big. Go smaller. Still too big. See, I'm going over the line again. Okay, this looks good. Okay, so 36. And now for the thumb. So in this case here, for conventional fit, we're just going to do a round hole. So we're just going to check and see the sides here. Okay. However, we want it to get in a little bit tight, because we can always make the thumb hole bigger once we're drilling it. Okay, so now we're doing the thumb hole. So we're going to see here for the outside, and we want to hear. So here we hear some friction. This is a bit too loose. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit smaller. So he goes through, wiggle, wiggle. Try to go here, wiggle, wiggle. No chance. Okay. It's a bit too tight. So we're going to go to this one here, and just with a little bit of wiggle, it goes through. So 47. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to look to see for some thumb taper. Okay, so when we're looking at taper, we're looking at this part of the thumb versus the base of the thumb, and we see that it's relatively parallel. Okay, so I don't really need to go too crazy on the taper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 2 drill bits bigger and just see if that can go all the way to the base of the thumb. So what we're looking here, and that pretty much does it. Okay, so we can easily just do a taper of a 30-second bigger, or we could just do it with the bevel knife. So again, nothing too crazy here, and we will demonstrate once we get into fingertip how to do a multi-level taper, but for this case we could just leave it a round hole. So that's the step-by-step process on how to measure a conventional fit. If you are able to master this and do it relatively quickly, a complete fit, drill, and bill should take about 20 minutes. Okay, so again, no inserts to glue, no slugs, no centering, no ovals. This is a very simple process and is great for beginners and kids moving forward.